Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the specific game mechanics in FIFA right now. So, we're not going to be talking about the inconsistent gameplay. We're just going to be talking about the general things in the game that need to be changed. And this is something that needs to happen for this game to progress forward because right now it's just an absolute joke. Now, obviously, the inconsistent gameplay part is the biggest issue with the game, hands down, no questions asked. If I had good gameplay all the time, it would still piss me off how effective these shots are, but the general experience would be better, right? So in that regard, that's one thing, and we're gonna get into that later because someone tweeted me something very interesting from the stuff that I've been saying for years, right? And we're gonna get into that in a bit, right? Okay, the game mechanic things that EA needs to change, man, and this is the biggest one, dudes. Timed finesse shots, or just finesse shots, because they don't even need to be timed. They don't even need to be timed, okay? These finesse shots, this finesse shot meta needs to go from this game. It needs to go. It needs to go, okay? The reason why it needs to go is because it is single-handedly the dumbest game mechanic thing I've ever seen in any FIFA video game. People used to complain about the driven shot meta back then. And I used to explain this back in FIFA 18 too. The problem is the leg save trait from the goalkeeper from good angles when you took these shots, right? But the driven shot meta required you to actually break down an overpowered defensive AI, and then when you broke it down, you still didn't score, okay? I'm not talking about the ridiculous angles when they're facing like this direction. I'm talking about this 90-degree angle closed. They would miss those. Chat, I'm telling you guys this right now, man. FIFA 18 pre-patch finishing was amazing, okay? Because you can score with your fullbacks across goal. In a football video game, right? When you break someone's defense down, okay? That should be the consistent way of scoring, okay? Because the thing that I've been explaining to people so much in the past is that people always say you shouldn't score consistent 1v1s. Then why do you score consistent far range finesse shots and people are all of a sudden okay with it, right? I feel like I feel like when people talk about the game mechanics for FIFA, they talk about game mechanics that will benefit themselves more than it will be more for the game to just be better. Okay, when I talk about game mechanic things, guys, I don't talk about it in a sense where I want these things to be good so that it could benefit myself. The stuff that I talk about is from an unbiased point of view, right? 1v1s should be the most effective way to score, not timed finesse shots just because you get an angle, right? You don't even need an angle sometimes when they hit it. If you guys saw the competitive tournament um, on the weekends, why are people not talking about this more? Why am I the only person who talks about the specific game mechanics? Why am I the only one doing this? Why am I the only one willing to make videos on this? Except for Kurt. Kurt does the same thing. Kurt does it in a different way because he kind of portrays like this hilarious character, right? He's a funny dude, right? And even Nick does it on his streams too, right? Nick's winning. Nick's like me, bro. I go crazy if I score shit goals, right? But why aren't more people doing it? Why are people accepting this game in this state? It's so disappointing. Like, this finesse shot meta needs to go. And you know what the problem with the finesse shots being removed is, man? Here's the thing. If you remove finesse shots, you can't just remove finesse shots. There needs to be a balance of how you make your game, okay? There needs to be a balance. People who understand how FIFA should work, right? Needs to be explaining these things to these guys. Okay? I'm not saying just me, but you have to look at it from an unbiased point of view, okay? The finesse shots would be okay. It would be okay if if someone is completely parking the bus. Like, they have a tactic that is completely set on park the bus, okay? Because then it would be really nice to screw them, right? By doing time finesse shots. You want to park the bus? Okay, I'll take these shots. But when you're playing regular FIFA, No, these shots should not be effective, right? There should be a way of dealing with park the bus when people are playing like the way that they are, right? I'm trying to be civil when I make these videos, but in general, because that's those types of specifics would never happen in FIFA, it needs to be removed. But again, if you remove finesse shots, guys, people need to understand this. If you remove finesse shots, defensive AI needs to be nerfed drastically, right? Because if you remove finesse shots, right, getting past someone's defense with this overpowered defensive AI when they're I was about to get passionate because I had like flashbacks of the 1v1s that I had yesterday. I couldn't score my 1v1s, but I could score finesse shots from outside the box. I'm just trying to be calm right now, okay? I had 1v1s and I'm shooting it across goal. The players either completely scuff the shots, they completely either miss the net, right? The AI, the patch, I thought that the patch would have changed specific tackles after playing more games. I thought the patch would have changed specific tackles made, right? Like the slide tackle ones, and it wasn't changed. Players are still making these slide tackle blocks when they're not good. I'm totally okay with defensive AI doing blocks for you if your cursor is on the player. If your cursor is on the player and your player is doing blocks for you, to be honest with you guys, I'm perfectly fine with that. But when you're not controlling the player and he's doing slide tackle blocks for you, when I get inside the box, when it's already hard enough to pass a defensive AI, am I the only person that's gonna make videos about this? Like this doesn't make sense, guys. This doesn't make any sense. Okay? It doesn't make sense. So they have to nerf defensive AI. But on top of that, their 1v1 finishing needs to be more consistent. Your 1v1 finishing should be just as effective as your time finesse shots. If people are not complaining enough about the time finesse shots, that's how it should be. You know, because when you break someone's defense down, there's a thought process. Oh, am I going to move to the left or to the right? Am I going to trigger a run from this attacker so that I can move into this space, right? There's no concept of that anymore, right? Don't get me wrong, there is a skill gap in this game, but the skill gap in this game is to abuse the game mechanics. This is single-handedly the most game abusive game I've ever seen in my life. You have to abuse the game mechanics to win in this game. It's disgusting. I was playing yesterday. Go watch my stream highlights. I was going crazy that I couldn't score 1v1s, but I could score finesse shots. I was going nuts, guys. I was going absolutely nuts because it's literally such a brain dead thing to have to do. It's brain dead, okay? Because again, I explained this in another, because I had to delete this video. I already made a video like this and I had to delete it because it had no direction, right? FIFA 18's biggest problem, again, inconsistent gameplay existed in those years too, right? But FIFA 18's biggest problem is that from these angles inside the 18-yard box, those got saved by the leg save traits when you pass a defensive AI, okay? And then random driven shots facing like this when the goal's over here, facing downwards, and then hitting it like this, it just made no sense, okay? But if they had consistent finishing and you want to keep your defensive AI that overpowered, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal for me, right? But the way your meta is set up right now is absolutely disgusting. It is not skilled to think that you've added an element of skill in long shots by having to press the button twice to hit it more consistently. My player can hit it in the white and he can hit it in the red. In the red, I can completely mistime my shot and he can still score the opportunity. You didn't add an element of skill for time finishing. You've added a nuisance to your game. Finishing should be the most simple thing ever. If I get into the box, I take an extra touch on the inside and I finesse shot it, I shouldn't have to do a time finesse shot for him to hit the target. And even if you do a time finesse shot, I swear to God, inside the box, your players sometimes still miss. Even with your 1v1 finishing improvement into the game. Your driven shots, your 4-star weak foot is only useful for finesse shots. If I go outside of the box and I aim at an angle like this, I can hit with my weak foot. But if I get inside of the box, take the extra touch, and shoot it, it's either I press a finesse shot and you don't do a finesse shot, because guys, they still do that stupid mechanic where you do a finesse shot inside the box and your player swipes at the ball. Your player swipes at the ball. Do the fucking finesse shot. If I take the extra angle, why are you swiping at the ball? If you guys don't know the difference, right? When you do a finesse shot, your ball curves like this. If you swipe at the ball, your player is hitting it with the outside of his foot. It's not even a trivela shot. It's not an outside the foot shot. But it's not a trivela would be like Quaresma, how he curves it, right? But it doesn't even, it's not that type of shot. It's a swipe shot, like he's hitting it at the middle of his foot, just swiping at the ball. And what that does is that it makes the shot go straight, right? So it literally doesn't register your finesse shot because it's swiping the ball. But outside, when you just find an angle, you score it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Guys, FIFA is not the type of game where it's like, get better at it. This game is not at that state. It's not at the state. This is the most game abusive game I've ever, I can't even put words into it. It's the most gameplay abusive game ever, guys. Ever. There's the concept of get better is abuse the game mechanics more. Come on, man. Like, it disappoints me so much that this community allows EA to just fuck them like this. Why do you guys allow this? Oh, but EA's always been shit. Guys, someone sent me a tweet today. Okay? And you guys know me. For those of you who have been watching my content for years, streaming YouTube videos, someone sent me a message today. And guys, this makes my blood boil. Okay? This makes my blood just boil, okay? I'm trying to be calm because I don't want to be like completely toxic. Sorry, I don't know why the camera's being blurry right now. This made my blood boil, guys. Someone sent me a message today, okay? And it was this message right here. I'll show you guys. So I just posted an Instagram post. I didn't say anything, right? The guy said, a Brazilian pro player, Alan Costello, I think I actually know Alan, was asked for feedback by EA in the FFCB on the inconsistent gameplay. You guys know this is literally I am the founding father in this community when it comes to inconsistent gameplay, because no one talked about this shit in FIFA 15, okay? Nobody. The inconsistent gameplay topic, they confirmed that the problem is not the servers. People in the tournament had the problem on a private server. It's on the game code. Guys, I'm going to explain to you guys why reading this pissed me off so much, okay? I went to their studios twice, okay? I went to their studios twice. And this is why I don't want to be an EA game changer. Because what I do right now, talking to Zaro and stuff and Corey, don't shit on these guys. Because these guys are really cool dudes in our community. Really cool dudes. But I really hardcore judge the higher ups in EA. Really hardcore judge. And I'm explaining why, okay? I went to their studios in FIFA 16, okay? And I still remember this. I told them, because this is what happened. We played two different gameplays. One, here's the thing. One was decent gameplay. It wasn't even the best version of that year, because I've played better versions of FIFA that year in that game, FIFA 16, okay? It was only decent. And then there was one that was completely god-awful, okay? I played against the same person, right? With the same teams on both gameplays. One game we tied 1-1. The gameplay was awful, okay? Not because of the results. You guys know me by this time. It's not because of the results, okay? We tied 1-1. And in the second game, on decent gameplay, decent. And I hate when people say that gameplay doesn't influence the way you play, right? I will be the minority in this community that talks about this shit, right? But I don't want to talk to anybody who says otherwise, man, because this is bullshit, okay? I hate when people say that the gameplay is the same for both people, so the skill is the same. No, it isn't, okay? The game that we tied 1-1 was awful. The game that was decent, I beat him 5-0 in, okay? 5-0, and I still remember this when I went to their studios, okay? I still remember this. The guy I played against said to the guys, the gameplay developers, I preferred the game I lost 5-0 in than the game that I lost 1-1 because I felt like I had more control. Fair enough. But you know what I did, guys, with the other people in there? I said, guys, listen, I liked this gameplay the most out of both these gameplays. But this gameplay right here is not the best version of your game. I've played in a better version of gameplay than this one. And I was completely ignored. Okay? In FIFA 16, I was completely ignored, right? When we had time to talk about the specific gameplay mechanics, I went. The other three guys, they didn't say shit. They just let me talk because they were like astounded of the specifics that I talk about in terms of gameplay. They were like, don't. I want him to talk. I don't want to say a damn thing. This is what they said when I was there. I told them, right? And the guy, a fair play, the guy was writing notes, whatever. I told them, you guys have different gameplays, okay? You have a good, you have a decent, you have a bad, you have an awful. We want the good all the time, okay? FIFA 16, okay? FIFA 17 comes out, nothing changes. Gameplay's still inconsistent. So 17, I go to their studios again for FIFA 17. And I do the exact same thing, okay? And I don't want to mention the person who left EA, but this person really pissed me off, okay? Because when I told him about the gameplay mechanics, he always gave me looks, and he's like, okay. I'm not trying to be a child right now, but these are the types of people that have left this game in this fucking state, okay? I went to the studios again. We had 4 monitors, okay? All the monitors had delay on them. You want us to travel to Canada? Well, not us, because there was other guys. I'm Canadian. I just go to Vancouver, right? You want people to go to your studios to test out gameplay that has delay. 3 monitors had more delay than the 4th monitor. When we were talking about the specific gameplay mechanics, okay? The thing that I told them, right? When there was a lot of the gameplay producers there, guys. When there was a lot of the gameplay producers in that fucking room, okay? I told them, you guys have, I have balls, okay, chat? I have balls. When I went to the studios, believe me when I tell you that I told them about the inconsistent gameplay, okay? Believe me, okay? I told them in the theater room when we were trying out the gameplay against the gameplay producers, and in the fucking actual room, I told them, guys, I came to your studios last year, and I told you guys about the inconsistent gameplay. You have good gameplay, bad gameplay, decent gameplay, bad, sluggish gameplay. Guys, I've never felt like a bigger piece of shit in my life by their response towards me during that time. I never felt like a bigger piece of shit because I was completely fucking ignored. Okay? And the guys that went with me, I like these guys. Okay? I do. On Twitter, I talk to them. One of them is like my favorite in the community, right? And these guys know who they are because if they watch this video, they'll know exactly who they are. But it really, really pissed me off, okay, that these 3 guys didn't back me up when I mentioned that to their face at the studios. It really pissed me off that these 3 guys didn't back me up. But when they came home, they went to Twitter and they said the exact same shit that I said. You didn't do it at the studios because they brought you there, but you do it when you get home when you have no influence. Tweets does fuck all. We had a chance. We went to the studios and nothing was done about it. And reading this tweet really pissed me off, guys. You know why? Because if this company listened to me in FIFA 16, we would not still be dealing with this shit. We wouldn't still be dealing with this shit, guys. I was playing last night. the finesse shot meta is garbage. That's a fact. But I was playing last night, guys, and my last, like, you can go watch the stream if you want right now. My last 6, 7, even 8 games were so much fun to play because, dude, I was using Ronaldo and Neymar and they're dribbling with these cards. Beautiful, okay? But even Willian, even fucking Salah, they actually felt like proper players. They weren't emphasizing every touch, okay? I was enjoying the game. I was liking it. I never complained. I was just like, oh, well, it's still doing some weird things here and there. The commands are, because it wasn't perfect, but it was good enough. It was good enough for me to enjoy. And guys, I have to make this video because I'm just disappointed. I'm not disappointed in you guys, because I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching my content. I appreciate it. But I'm really disappointed in this community in general. I'm really, really disappointed, man. Really, really fucking disappointed. Okay? Because we have, don't get me wrong, because it's not everybody, but we have too many yes men, right? That doesn't allow this game to progress forward, man. We have too many, okay? Are they looking into the issue now in terms of inconsistent gameplay? They might be. Who knows? I know. I think it's been shown that from this tweet, like you guys can see again, the guy says that over here, he says it again. They cannot and will not solve the problem this year because they do not even know what the problem is. The promise is that they will fix this next year. Quote, like in brackets, doubt. Guys, I told you guys, man, that it wasn't servers. It was just a convenience that at nighttime it got better because I've had nights where my gameplay was still sluggish. Just 3 days ago, I think, I was gonna play Foot Champs at like 12:30 in the morning, and my gameplay was more sluggish at 12:30 in the morning than it was for the rest of the day. It was more sluggish than your daytime gameplay? It was a convenience that at nighttime it gets better, guys. Okay, it was a convenience, but there's something in the game code, and I mentioned this to people for years, man. I'm telling you guys, man. This is stuff you can feel when you play the game. Game mechanics change. The feeling of the game changes. The way your player receives the ball on a pass is different. Just that one mechanic, the speed of a pass. You cannot blame the animation of controlling the ball and the speed of which a ball is passed on lag or on internet. That's not a thing. These are game mechanics that literally change, guys. Being able to quickly not have to do this. Like when you receive the ball, your players do this on the emphasis. Instead of like my gameplay last night when Neymar touched the ball, boom, 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 just everywhere. I'm so disappointed, man, because dudes, I'm telling you guys, man, I've been the only person talking about this shit. And it just disappoints me so much. It genuinely disappoints me deeply, okay? Because people are like, "Oh, Inception, you're gonna like." I know what the comment sections are gonna say. I already know, man. I already know it's gonna be, "Why do you keep playing this game? You complain about the same things," and it's just like, if you're one of those people, you're the problem in terms of why this game never gets better. You are the problem, okay? I'm not talking about everybody that watches my content because, again, I appreciate you guys watching my content, right? But you are the problem if you are the type of people that say, just accept it. Inception, it's been a thing in FIFA for years. Just accept how the game is. Oh, the game can't be perfect. What's wrong with this community, man? What's wrong with it? Have you guys been this brainwashed? Is that what this community has come to? You guys have become this brainwashed where inconsistent gameplay and abusing game mechanics this much is now an okay thing for people? It's not the majority. It's not the majority, but it's a very large portion. It's a very large portion of people that are like, just get better at the game. Get better at this game? The gameplay is always different. You have to abuse time finesse shots to score. The icons and the higher up players are significantly better than everybody else. Guys, did you guys see the draft? If you guys saw the draft gameplay, go see what I can do with Neymar and Ronaldo. They hit white timed finesse shots and they still score. I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed. I create content, I create YouTube videos, I stream because I want to grow my content. And guys, I keep playing because one day, we're gonna get gameplay that is consistent and good, and it'll all be worth it. But right now, we need to be better, man. We need to be better. That's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Tomorrow, I'll probably review the EPL CDM card, the new one. And then we'll just take it from there, all right? But I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, dudes.